Alright, maybe we need healer for something. We never know. Atau kita
Jeder. Halo, selamat datang dan selamat siang menjelang sore. Hari ini kita akan bermain Honkai Star Rail sesuai dengan judul. Dan ya, ini kita bakal coba ngelanjutin story quest di 2.1 ya. Sebelumnya kita udah ngelarin dan ada scene si Firefly dicoblos ya. Jadi kita lanjutin karena ngejar story, karena ya kabarnya sih ada story yang bikin aku tertarik buat ngelanjutin HSR lagi. Tunggu apa lagi, ayo kita mainin. Jadi aku VC-an bareng Amel, ada di Discord. Jadi kalau kamu pengen masuk di Discord, silahkan join, linknya ada di deskripsi. Jadi ayo kita buka lagi di eventnya. Selamat pagi.
Selamat pagi waktu Berlin.
Ke Berlin, betul. Jadi kawan-kawan, kita sudah mulai streaming ya kawan-kawan. Jadi singkat cerita, sebelumnya itu di apa namanya, di off cam apa di mana ya? Aku lupa anjir. Di off cam apa di mana ya? Aku agak lupa sumpah, salah. Agak lupa di apa namanya, di off cam atau di streaming itu, pokoknya Robin itu udah sampai kan Mel, udah lewat kan? Oh, udah. Pokoknya Robin itu katanya meninggal. Saya tidak tahu, mari kita cek lagi nanti gitu. Cuman yang pasti aku ada rekamannya sih, kalau mau ditunjukin boleh-boleh aja. Ayo dah kalau tunjukin. Kasiannya kalau gue mah.
Mute bentar ya.
Ya monggo. Tapi kami juga nggak apa-apa sih mau. Mana videonya? Pada di Minecraft. Di merah.
Take a deep breath.
Nah ini ada nih. Ternyata dia masuknya di off cam, jadi sebentar. Dan tak tunjuki. Capture. Salah. Ya. Jadi coba didengar. Ini waktu, oh ya, sebelum itu ada di sini. Sebelum ini yang ini nih, cutscene yang ini. Anda kamu telat.
Careful.
Oh ini yang ini dianuin. Sebentar. Ada satu lagi yang
kunang-kunang.
Ketemu. Dengarlah kita lagi.
Sorry.
Wah. Istriku jadi sate.
Cepolin. Sabun. Oh jadi sabun Rinso.
Jadi sabun rinso.
Jadi sabun Rinso.
Sabun rinso cair. Sabun rinso cair.
Oh Rinso cair.
Sabun.
Ya jadi singkat cerita itu yang poin utama dan paling terakhirnya itu adalah yang bagian sini.
Take a deep breath and get ready. Oh, I remember. Tell me, doesn't I remember everything now? Look, friend. The game has already
Oke, aku kembali.
begun.
Dan aku
Allow me
mungkin
to make you an
akan
offer.
sedikit
One you can't
eh,
refuse.
tidak terlalu heboh.
Tidak
Padahal
apa-apa.
aku lagi lawan
Tidak
bos,
apa-apa.
silakan. Tidak apa-apa.
Tidak apa-apa.
No reason to choose otherwise. And
No,
none
Robin
other
menjadi sate.
choices.
Robin wah, jadi sabun.
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 This is not good.
Ya, itulah dia beberapa in yang mungkin membuat kalian tercengang ya. Jadi, ayo kita lanjut untuk melanjutkan di quest 2.1. Kita bisa karena juga lagi uji coba yang sebenarnya dari OBS baru. Adventurin.
Ah, friend. My expression wasn't much better than yours when I first saw this. Your eyes aren't deceiving you. It's her. The famous singer, Robin. Well, first of all, can I just say that this had nothing to do with me? I'm just an unlucky bystander here. The family can testify for me. If you don't believe me, just ask anyone in the Bloodhound family. They hate me and they hate the IPC, so they'd never lie. This is not where the crime happened. What I showed you was a memory. The most basic light cone manifesting tech. Authorized by the Garden of Recollection and owned by the IPC. Did you really think the Galaxy Ranger was an outsider this whole time?
Boom. Enak ya lagunya ya.
Penacony has made a solemn commitment to protect the
Serang target
safety
sebanyak
of
mungkin.
anyone inside a family
Alright.
dream.
Oh
Any
shit, what?
person in distress will be forcibly awakened and safely returned to reality.
Efek Chris.
What gives them the confidence to make such conclusive statements? Because
Ngapain?
behind this
Oke.
promise is the harmony. The family's Dreamweavers link up their minds together to construct an unbreakable defensive line. Breaking through this line of defense to create death in
Wah.
the dreamscape.
Tipis banget.
Not even a memo keeper could do that without the family's permission. Who could have
Wow.
done it, friend? The only one is her. The girl who calls herself a Galaxy Ranger. An imposter. An unsought guest. An emanator
banget.
who hides her true
No way, it's
identity.
gonna be so long.
Ifrit's death was a foregone conclusion. And Robin? Her misfortune was staring right at her.
Oh, I
Who will be the next to die? It's fine. Listen to your gut.
Holy shit.
Building trust always takes time,
Oh,
and I'm willing to wait. I just hope you realize that wherever that legacy is concerned, covert plans are already underway throughout Penacony. Everyone's got their own agenda. Careful you don't
Tuan.
get stuck on the wrong side. If I were you, I'd keep my distance from Acheron. After all, any schemes out in the open are always going to be better than a monster in the shadows, right?
Who's to say there isn't an even deeper conspiracy lurking
Wah,
beneath the
lama lawan
surface?
Avenger ini.
Memo Keeper, I think our little deal is finished.
Kumpulin poin dulu deh.
Aventurine is telling the truth. This memory is a real one. And there's no sign of any distortion grafting on.
The IPC is not the Garden, and there are real limits to what they can actually do. But you know all this. Friend, let's not beat around the bush here. The thing is, I want to reach out personally to team up with the Astral Express. I told you I'm just not interested in scrambling for the legacy.
Wow.
I just came to Penacony for work. I'm here to retrieve some lost property for the IPC, if you catch my drift. I'm talking ownership of this frontier prison. This has all become a bad debt thanks to the cancer of all worlds. The IPC has tried sitting down for negotiations time and again, but the family wouldn't even take our calls. You have no idea how difficult these people are to deal with. Put it this way. They've hushed up the existence of death before, so they can definitely cover up any news about Robin's death. It'll just quietly float off like a bubble and pop. Nobody ever being the wiser. That's not fair, right? So then, friend, I need your help.
Lagi sibuk.
That's fine. I'm not forcing you.
Oh, dia mah nyantai-nyantai banget.
I'm really not asking for much, so why don't you at least hear me out, okay? I have but only one goal. The family's front door is like a high wall, and to tear the whole thing down, I'll have to dig out a few chunks first. Once I find a weak point, the IPC will have plenty of means. Now we have our chance. So long as we can get to the truth behind her death, we can have justice for Robin. While also gaining a valuable bargaining chip for bringing the family to the table. Truly a once-in-a-blue-moon opportunity. I've been investigating and making lots of friends all over Penacony precisely for this very moment. This tragic news would be extremely bad for the family. So they'll be doing everything they can to stop it leaking, especially to the IPC. But I trust that there are still a few factions that remain exceptions. And that's why I need you all. The reputation of the Astral Express precedes you. And the Harmony will give you the fairest of appraisals. You get to find out really what happened and seek justice. And I get to put it toward completing my mission for the IPC. It's what you call a win-win situation.
Oh shit, you cannot do that?
Don't worry, just head back and talk things over with your companions. That navigator is really smart. She must understand the value of this deal. Look, and take this.
Okay, never mind.
A thorough investigation. So long, friend. I really am
Aventurine just sauntered off. He really doesn't mean to force it, but something still seems off.
What now? What are your plans?
Black Swan. What is she thinking?
On the surface, this doesn't look like a bad deal for you. But Aventurine is a shrewd merchant whose scheme won't just... He doesn't know about Miss Firefly yet. But, judging by your reaction, that's quick thinking and very sound logic.
No!
Aventurine is no fool. And working...
Alright, good one.
Insofar as things are presently concerned, yeah. Anyway, be careful out there. There's more than one way to blaze a trail. In a dark forest beset by wolves, ensuring your own escape to safety should be your primary concern.
Kapan-kapan, malam atau besok.
As for the other questions... I'm not sure the two cases were committed by the same culprit, but that massive wound
Tapi kalau misalnya Minecraft tuh, kalau
like
keseringan main juga pusing cuy. Jadi ya kita perlu game lain untuk refreshing deh.
Plus, it seems unlikely that there would be two lethal entities loose in the dreamscape. Sorry, I can't answer that question. That ranger is shrouded in mystery. I'm afraid no one, but without a doubt, she is the most special guest at this banquet. It's like Aventurine said just then.
Mampus!
2 victims appearing one after the other in a very short time span, in 2 possibilities. The collapse of Penacony's dreamscape has started speeding up, making death extremely agitated and weakening the family's protection. If someone has chosen these victims deliberately, first a stowaway, then a family celebrity, it's all happened so quickly, I can only make conjecture. Come, this way. It's a short walk. Don't get lost.
Wow, the damage is... Sorry.
This way. This is where we part ways. Unfortunately, the remembrance doesn't lie. What we just saw is the reality that happened. But follow your heart and don't be afraid. We all walk through this world casting shadows of different lengths. And all... hold on just a sec. There you go. A small parting gift. If one day you unfortunately fall into the deep waters of the memory zone, and there's no memo keeper to join, I also pay great attention to the ways of the world. Just think of...
Oh shit, I can't
Then-
do that.
I've something private. What fascinating memories will you bring for me next time we meet?
Oke, shield. Tapi kayaknya nggak mungkin deh, gak bakal ini kayaknya. Mereka mulai yang kena. Ya udah. Gepard, you shoot back.
A family rep. Is Himiko okay?
Nggak nyata guys. Aman.
Disuruh gamble lagi.
Mana sih? Nyata dia. Aduh mimpi.
Oh my god. Alright. Anjing, Gepard gua yang kena loh. Shield. Double 6.
Bro,
Benar,
apaan?
double. Nah, hell, dan aku mendapatkan achievement yang di luar dugaan.
Apa itu?
Double 6. 666 tau
So
lah.
much has happened. I should take a moment to gather my thoughts and...
That blade now, Ranger.
Lumayan ya.
Do you still dream, Hunter? Of those slain by your hand?
Clara paling OP sih. Satu, ya mereka lagi yang kena.
Inferno.
It
Oh
appears
iya,
the
Archeron
outcome has
anjir.
already been determined.
You're still alive, as are you. You still have room to make a choice. Leave the music box behind, and then go.
Jangan.
Choice. The bloody
Ya ampun,
trail of
disuruh
the
gacha
destruction
lagi.
leaves no room for
Bang.
hesitation.
Bener aja.
The Taurus Fire Demon.
Gipi gue.
Even if you sacrifice your life for that Eon, you won't get special treatment.
Ranger, you tread the narrow path of the hunt.
Gila.
You could
Bisa
never
begitu.
understand. We come from the fire and are born bathed in fire. We spread, burn, and destroy until all the kindling has burned out and we leave only ashes on the ground. Burning forms the entire life of a fire demon, from the beginning to the
Yep.
end. We're
Your companions don't seem to think so. They fight for your chance at survival.
They are my children, and just as I was, they are flames, and my flames are feet. And time is running out. Can you see the planet of festivities in the distance? I
Game
plan to
lagi.
bring birth
Why?
because on the path they have forged, you have traveled farther than I have. Emanator.
Lama deh. Dia yang kena.
You
Oh, semua.
cannot hide
Semua.
your true
Seri.
identity.
Aman.
Draw that sword, for we shall indeed remain here, bound to fight a decisive battle to the death, for I choose this. Destruction is intense, but brief. To cravenly cling to life is to endure an endlessly
Suruh gacha
prolonged
lagi.
Even if the answer
Hidup lagi.
turns out to be your own destruction.
8, how?
What is important is not the answer, but that it exists, just as you exist. Everything exists to be destroyed. Emanators are no
Ya ampun,
different.
mereka berdua yang kena.
Just as even sweet dreams may be born of the void,
Mereka
the
selalu
so-called
mereka yang kena.
impossible is merely something.
All right,
You shall witness the most
a bottomless dream. This blade remains in its scabbard not out of pity or scorn. The person. I'll reveal the truth to you. The hunt is not the path I truly follow. May death be the end of your boundless dream, guiding you back to the
Disuruh
waking
gacha
world.
lagi. Kenapa sih adventure ini?
I still see them in my dreams. Hold it. Your time hasn't come yet.
my time.
Semuanya nggak kena, cuman serval
I've
doang.
seen many clever disguises that can conceal appearances, but they can never
Oh,
cover up who a person really is. You had no desire to kill the Trailblazer. You only did what you did to drive me and the Memo Keeper away, but why?
Ow! Oh my god, you gotta be kidding.
Did Destiny's
Alright,
slave
Six, this
make
is
you do
enough.
it?
You know, Elio.
6.
I thought this is just the kind of thing that'd get written into your script.
My script has always been brief.
Semuanya
Other than
semua
that,
nyaman.
anything beyond that is unnecessary. He knows my nature. There is but a single destiny from which no one can escape. And until then, I hold the privilege of choice. However, you appear to be ignorant of this. So it's time for me to inquire.
You gotta be fucking
Not your
kidding.
enemy, perhaps.
No.
That's not what I asked.
I don't deserve your curiosity. Loners wandering the cosmos always have their secrets. Take me. I've also been wanted by the IPC, so
No, my
it's little wonder
Gensin!
I know something about the Stellaron hunters. That's all. Maybe I can help.
What reason would you have for doing that?
Alright,
I tend to forget things,
enough.
which is why, rather than memories, I'm accustomed to using my emotions to capture what I know who is inside that cold armor. How about it? Ready to take off that armor
Oh,
and sit down for a
shit.
talk?
It's not yet time.
Yep.
I don't need help, but I can give you a suggestion that would make things better for you and me. If your goal is the Watchmaker's legacy, then go look into the family. Not only are they covering up the existence of
Good.
death,
This is the last
but
chance.
they're
Already
Come
on it.
on.
And the
Oh my
Astral
God.
Express is no enemy of yours.
I know that. I just never expected to hear you say it. What's next then? The Trailblazer's been taken by Black Swan. Will you go look for him?
No need for that. No harm in mentioning that Elio's only given me one instruction.
Alright.
Get all of the Astral Express to track down the Grand Legacy. I tried settling this in an easier and more direct way, but as you can see, here I am, confronting you. I failed. Can't ever go against the script.
The so-called impossible is merely something that is yet to happen. That's it. Before we split, can I ask you one more thing? Is there anything else in your
What?
script about me? I'd like to know what kind of footnote I get to leave in that future foreseen by destiny.
Oh.
Unfortunately, not a thing came up.
I knew it.
Hang on.
Don't. What?
Your first question was, do you still have dreams about everyone who died because of you?
Alamak, api terbang sudah Gensin. Eleh.
No.
I don't. Never have. I was born without the ability to dream. I live for this cold, harsh reality. So, I really envy you.
Is that so? Then you're already living in the waking world.
Sam ternyata baik, guys.
Yap.
Katanya di Golden Hour. Bagi 3 fase ya.
We heard about Miss Firefly from Black Swan, but we never
I'm sorry.
Reality cruises on in serenity, while undercurrents bubble up from the dreamscape.
Holy shit.
Just like that memo keeper said. Stay strong, everyone. We can still do what we can for them. Starting with...
Let's recap everything then. The Trailblazer just reminded me of something.
Indeed, we trust that the Nameless has nothing to do with this. And we also beg each of you to help assist the family in verifying the identity of the deceased. That's...
Looking back, he seemed a little evasive at the time. And he also failed to mention anything about the earlier murder, too.
The family's planning on covering up all news about Miss Robin's death. If news gets out, Penacony's going to...
But the murder that followed closely after was obviously beyond their anticipation. The family had to try and turn things to their advantage by bringing in reinforcements from outside.
It may also be that Miss Firefly's murder had so many witnesses that it couldn't be covered up. So they went with the flow and let more people on the scene to control the situation. After all, the nature of the two murders is fundamentally different. The family's first protective measure should be against malicious actors among the guests.
Oh my god, that's...
All the while accusing that Galaxy Ranger.
Are we missing the forest for the trees here? I always felt that Aventurine's reasons for accusing Miss Acheron were highly subtle. Can we believe him?
At this point, I'm afraid the only one...
Look, let's try to gather intel first and then list all the possible outcomes we can. Then we go through them, eliminating contradictions one by one. I've still got this sense of foreboding. It's like we're stuck in a whirlpool, spinning around that legacy even after everything that's happened.
This time we're playing the role of a real detective. But before we start, what are we going to say to the family and Aventurine?
As I see things, the family harbors no ill will towards the Astral Express. If they didn't trust the crew, they wouldn't have casually commissioned outsiders to investigate a case that's, in all likelihood, a scandal. Plus, this is the family's turf. Teaming up with them should make things easier for us in the future. As for that Aventurine, well, I'd like to hear your thoughts.
He's complex. He deliberately slow-played his hand during negotiations while running circles around us all the while. He appealed convincingly to both reason and emotion. It wasn't forced, but the intent was obvious. Still, it's good to have contacts among all this uncertainty. Aventurine showed his skills, and as far as our interests are aligned, he can become a reliable ally. We also need to keep a certain distance from the family. Never let them get too close. Teaming up with the IPC helps balance that out. If either side makes a move, we have the option to pull out.
Final destination.
So you suggest accepting Aventurine's proposal?
Yes. It's risky, but we can only wait until both sides...
I get why, but there's a whole lot of bad guys and girls around here, and I'm worried about getting stabbed in the back. He's been...
Gak apa-apa, aku selalu siap ditindas kapan aja, anjir.
No, I can't accept this. Forget about it. Just let me keep an...
Then, could you please reply to Aventurine? Everyone.
Oh, shit.
Menyediakan jasa joki gacha untuk akun game milikmu, what the fuck. Dia apa namanya? Apa ya? Itu dah pokoknya apa? Bisa Bang Adventurein bisa ngegacha Wanderer gak di akun kedua gue. Kamu sudah beli batas, what the fuck, 100.000 anjir. Lah segini doang. Salah pencet nominal 200. Gila guys, kita dikasih 200.
Looks like Aventurine is
Bener kasih
happy
200
with this outcome.
Iya, dikasih 200.
Let's tell everyone about it.
Kita ngomong si mayat dulu.
Aventurine's goal is to... The existence of death will be covered up. I'm just speculating. In any case, we have to be careful when handling Aventurine. He's clearly a born gambler if he's willing to go all.
Mana tadi 2 jam, berarti ini sekarang baru berapa jam? 36.
Aventurine said something that he accused that Galaxy Ranger of killing Robin without any evidence whatsoever, but said nothing about her connection to that memory zone meme or why he was stalking you.
Huh.
It was a groundless accusation, which... Maybe Aventurine's goal was never to gain our trust. Maybe he wanted to foster a feeling of enmity towards... However, I asked Dan Heng back on the Express to confirm that story about the Annihilation game. You've met her many times now. What's your impression of Miss Acheron?
Woo! Tell me.
That fits the stereotype of a Galaxy Ranger to a T. They're eccentric, unpredictable, and fond of being alone.
I really love Clocky.
Checked off the list.
I hope it's not too soon to bring it up. But I feel like Miss Robin isn't actually dead, but that she's because... Aren't we supposed to be inside a dream? How could someone die in a beautiful dreamscape like this? Should no... Whenever I see the Grand Theater... No. After all, they've brought everyone this... Everyone's still having a great time out there on the streets.
No.
Nobody knows what's happened. Aw, what a mess. I really... But...
Looks like Aventurine doesn't need anything else. Let's turn our attention to the family's assignment for now. Himeko, what do you think?
Oh fuck, that's creepy. No, thank you. Oh.
Among our current clues, the 2 murders that he witnessed are the most directly connected. One thing I'm curious about is, if a person dies in a dream, what happens to them in real life? Seeing as we're at the family's behest, why not pop back out to reality? And
how about we split off into 2 groups? There are still some things worth focusing on inside the dreamscape. I'll investigate.
Worth focusing on? Oh.
Huh? Aw, I thought I'd finally get to see Himeko and Mr. Yang go out on a mission together. Oh well. Take care then, Mr. Yang.
I will. Honored guest, could you come out for a second?
Whoa.
I'd be embarrassed too, getting stared at like that.
Forgive me. My name is Welt Yang. I'm one of the crew members on the Astral Express. I believe you've met my colleagues.
Lagi cutscene ya.
Siapa tadi?
Ya karena itulah kehidupan.
Well,
Is there something about my name?
first, don't you want to know my name?
I already do, Miss Acheron. You're a prominent figure in Penacony.
What are they saying about me?
Some claim that you're the real culprit behind these murders, that the Annihilation Gang's tragic fate at the banquet was a result of your blade, and that you're now attempting to unleash another bloodbath on
The Annihilation Gang.
Ifrit of Everflame Mansion.
Tragic fate. That Duke turned his dying body to flames and sacrificed his life as a martyr. He was a determined and heroic pathstrider. Not even a villain should be disparaged like this. And what's more, there were plenty of suspects invited. Do they really think that a blade is more dangerous than that black hole you're wielding?
Hey.
Keen intuition. Not even the family managed to point out the truth behind this cane. So you must surely know, Miss Acheron, that peering into a black hole is not a wise move. As a potential threat, your knowledge of us has reached uncomfortable depths. Reveal your true identity and intentions. Otherwise, brace yourself for gravitational disintegration.
That shouldn't be necessary. But if it makes the Nameless feel less defensive, I'll be happy to abide. Believe it or not, Galaxy Ranger, Acheron. Those are the names I go by to this very day. My trip to Penacony is solely to fulfill an old, final request. I'm here for the Watchmaker's legacy.
What?
And that's it. I think I've been honest enough.
Still unwilling to reveal your true identity?
It's not that I don't want to. It's just that I can't. I've come so far, and I can't sum up all of that in just a few words. Everyone has their own unspeakable past. Secrets that they don't want to be revealed. And I won't be asking any more questions, such as why the Astral Express is roaming around the cosmos with a Stellaron on board. Is he okay? That Memo Keeper didn't do anything, right?
He's fine. Let's stick with the topic. Gaining my trust all depends on how much you're willing to reveal.
I've run around many different Penacony dreamscapes just to try and find that legacy. And during this period, I came into contact with quite a few guests. In the process, I gradually came to realize the secret of Penacony may be closely related to the Trailblaze. That's why I've come to ask for your help. I don't have enough proof yet, but I'd like to speculate something. The source of all tragedy lies within the family. If you could trust me, we could find the proof to support this claim together. Mr. Yang, I think you've come to the same conclusion, haven't you?
Let's leave it at that. For now, I'll choose to believe that you bear no hostility. Share your findings with me and me alone. I don't want vague conjecture to interfere with other people's judgments before we find solid proof.
Mm-hmm. By the way, would you like something to drink? Before we go, how about 2 cups of Wake the Heck Up? No, 4 cups. Because the conversation coming up will last forever.
I've been watching her closely for a while now. and the first invitation was in the banquet hall of the... She just sat in one corner, keeping silent, chugging down a couple cups of Wake the Heck Up. I told her it's a pungent, bitter...
Really? But I don't taste any difference at all between them.
The guest rooms are charmingly minimalist. An aesthetic you share, Miss Acheron. It's a cinch. This music box. The invitation received by the Annihilation Gang. There are latent memories that linger on it yet. You see, memories of you are not yours alone. They travel in other people, other things. I know much, and I can predict even more. With some help, the dead can be made to speak. The Annihilation Gang, that band of desperados who all disappeared after meeting you. What exactly happened to them? Well, let me reveal all.
Gradation 12. Dreamscape 12. Father, I dedicate this to you.
No, angsa hidung. Tai lah.
Well done. Dubra. Wherever they go, shall be met by annihilation.
There it is. It's hazy, but it's Ifrit's voice. The other one is probably his progeny. This is the residual memory from when the invitation was first delivered. They were abruptly interrupted. Then, what happened next is...
They sought refuge in a land of sleep, merely wishing for undisturbed rest, away from the storms. Children of the flame, this marks your rite of passage.
She won't be necessary. I alone am enough.
When have those on the path of destruction feared death?
The Everflame Mansion has set out on a journey. Those poor people, they have no idea what lies in wait ahead of them. Memory recovery is going well, but slowly. She'll be here soon, and time is short. There's nobody else here, so there's no need to be delicate.
Kenapa itu? Angsa putih. Angsa putih dikikir impact ku rasa tidak sekeren ini. Alah. Angsa putih itu siapa sih? Angsa putih. Si ini si siapa itu kalau trainer? Angsa putih.
Enggak.
Angsa putih itu siapa? Angsa putih kalau dikikir impact tuh merujuk ke siapa? Saya itu merujuk ke
Artinya Cina angsa hitam tetep ya.
Oh iya.
What happened? The memory after that is blank. How is that possible? This music box fell into Acheron's hands, and she brought it to Penacony. That's a fact, and that's how it should have gone. It's like it's been erased. Who's done this?
Memories anjir. Ya makanya itu.
Who are you? Who are you?
Anjir ini semakin mengerikan, guys.
Udah kena spoiler tapi tetap aja ya.
No. Is this not a memory?
Ini asli.
Oh,
A memo keeper. Do you serve the Garden of Recollection? Or the Cremators? My name is Constance. A pleasure to meet you. We were supposed to meet in Penacony and spend an unforgettable time together.
Ini ngeri.
But that seems unrealistic. Dahlia's not welcome on the banquet star, and I don't need a coming-of-age ceremony. And you, I know what you're looking for. Want her secret? I can give it to you, and then you can enjoy the banquet for me. I wish you unforgettable memories.
Apa yang dimaksudin aja?
Oh.
Secret. Bukan secret, dia kayak dihapus gitu loh.
A phone. Wanna listen in?
Sisi lain. Oh, kok sudut pandang ini ya.
A few days ago, the IPC made an announcement. Under the watchful guidance of the Marketing Development Department, and in accordance with the Interstellar Peace Charter, the independent Sigonian sovereignty has hereby been established, and shall take a legislative seat at the Interstellar Congress. The formation of the Sigonian sovereignty is of great historical significance to the Sigonia system. This move...
Sigonia 4 is located in an unclaimed zone at the intersection of the Denise, Prothean, and Dorneau star clusters. The planet's surface environment is known. This is why very few intelligent species have made this planet their home, dividing themselves into several tribes to eke out nomad lifestyles as they struggle to survive the arid desert wilderness.
Sigonia. Sigonia.
Oh,
Ravenous
wait.
eye of the storm, spurned by all the land of rock. But not water. Lightning. But you promised us a land of honey. Yet when you took his father, my child was still sleeping in my... I don't ask for a peaceful death. Otherwise...
Mommy! 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 The rain... It is raining! It's true! Those Outworlders weren't lying to us.
Darling. Such a lucky child. Such a blessed child. May the goddess keep your blood and your... Welcome to this sad world, Kakavasha.
Time to wake up, gambler.
Oh, heavens. I must have drunk too much Soul Glad. Didn't expect...
Just as you guessed. Nobody outside knows about Robin's death. There aren't even baseless conspiracy theories. They're still streaming the rehearsal for her ceremony, using a stand-in, I guess. They must be dreaming.
Apa namanya? Dr. Ashio.
Of course. Who could imagine that death would actually descend upon the idyllic dream created by the family? Let alone that the victim would be the female lead of the Charmony Festival.
L plus Buzo plus Rasio.
To be honest with you, I didn't believe it. I even tested it a few times myself. Until I just... That's why I'm convinced that there are a few big secrets lurking behind the scenes.
Then you must have heard about the Memory Zone meme. When I graciously deigned to establish connections with the Oak family on your behalf, they were quite in a pitiful state of disarray. Besides Robin, there was another body.
2 murder cases? I told you something seemed off about the Nameless. This murderer is a psycho. And I have to say, the case does represent an opportunity. We can leverage the family's malfeasance and let the IPC use this as a reason to intervene. It's just that their trickery runs deeper than I thought. Robin's stand-in was all ready to go. These 2 murders are definitely getting hushed up. What should we do?
Wait, what?
Let me think. It's too rare an opportunity to miss out on,
Wait a second.
Incredible,
Ini
Gamer. Have you already exhausted your limited repertoire of tricks so soon?
There are plenty of chips, but it'd be best to choose carefully.
Bum, bum.
The most straightforward has to be Robin. Remember? Robin is what she calls the mute. She has lost her voice, and while most people can't pick up on it, you and I cannot mistake that sound. Not produced by any voice box, but rather by the resonance of the harmony. If that girl hadn't gone hoarse from singing practice, there'd only be one possibility. Something was up with the family. Or Robin herself. To get to the bottom of this, I tried every way I could, but she died. Right before my very eyes.
A complete and utter
How
loss.
many?
Incidentally,
No,
it seems
you
to have
not.
resulted in your rather undignified arrival on the interrogation stand. There were eyewitnesses at the scene, and the family, in their graciousness, has tentatively accepted your alibi.
Well, things aren't looking too optimistic, Doctor. I'm starting to break out in a cold sweat.
A probability. But if you simply can't control yourself and want to try your hand, then there just so happens to be a suitable candidate. That man wants to see you
Probably is.
again.
But that's
Who?
true.
Sunday.
Is this a public hearing or a private trial?
If it were the former, it would hardly befit my stature to stoop to the role of a mere messenger.
Fine. Well, that's great. Ratio, I'm convinced now that there must be something wrong inside the family. Oh, just you wait and see. That man's sister has died. He can't sit on his hand. Without any further ado, let's set off. Lead the way. The show.
We're here. The Dewlight Pavilion is the Oak family's fortress and a place where heads of the families meet to discuss
fortress? I like this metaphor. I dealt with the war.
This mansion nominally belongs to Sunday and is very befitting of its owner. Without his express invitation, the likes of ordinary guests would never grace.
Hey, Doc, whose side are you on anyway?
Who's to say I won't sell you out?
We'll see. When we meet the authoritarian master of the Oak family, I'll pry an answer out of him.
Follow me and I'll bring you to his parlor. Hold your tongue and let me deal with the members of the...
Jalan surga. Sering dengan kemajuan cerita, kamu akan berkesempatan untuk melanjutkan cerita dari sudut pandang karakter lain.
Oh, ini yang baru ya? Oh, langsung lanjut. I see.
Ya bisa ke sudut pandang ini ya karena masih satu ya. Cuman untuk sementara kita tahan dulu untuk streaming kita kali ini sebentar aja, sekitaran 5 sampai 10 menit. Kalau ada perlu sebentar, gak lama kok. Cuman segitu aja sih, paling sekitar 7 menitan lah. Jadi aku akan kembali sesaat lagi. Terima kasih. Kalian dengerin Amel track aja deh.
No, kenapa?
Apa?
Aku habis mendengar kata bejir dalam sebuah game. 3 kali bejir. Ampun. Aduh, capek banget. Hey guys, halo. Kayak aku harus lihat streamnya Dani juga deh biar nggak ini, Cok. Bentar ya, aku kecilin dulu buat buka. Nggak bisa lagi sin, Cok. Gimana ya? Wait guys. Up. Show. Good. Oke, udah buka Google Chrome. Bentar ya guys. Biar aku lihat ya itunya. Streamnya. Copy link. Ini maksud tuan. Ntar ya guys. Oh, ada emang viral loh. Lagi nimbrung kah? Daninya masih AFK ya. Rada nge-lag juga ya itu tahun. Nanti bilangin Dani. Ntar ya, aku sambil lanjutin guys. Kok muka Dangong ngamuk banget ya? Ngamuk. guy was on the phone. Sorry guys. What? Okay, beda. Nihilistic enough. Okay, good reason. Then. Bentar. Oke. Balik ke POV-nya. Kita ya. Oh shit, look at that thing.
Halo teman-teman, selamat datang kembali.
Balik si Dani guys.
Hehehe. Ya, kita lanjut aja, kita fokus
Hey,
di
you two! That's a place of business. No
I was
POV-nya si
requesting.
Adventure.
Excuse me.
the one on your head.
Right. And as I mentioned, that fantasy raiment of yours.
That's because you can't see it. Like I say, only family can see the glory of the mobile nights. Enough. Get going. Don't keep
It seems like the idiocy index here is.
A dead end?
The door is shut tight. Looks like we're.
I mean,
For security reasons, the family built the administrative site deep in the dream. On the previous occasion, an attendant named Kona had gone to the side room to verify.
Well, maybe we should do the same. hardly enough for a seat at the table.
Itu ini kan harusnya ngarah ke depan ya.
Wow.
Oh man. Persiapkan diri kalian guys, karena ya kan bakal motion sickness di sini.
A reward with no risk? I'll take it.
Berat. Apa sih? Apa?
Oh my god.
Gitu sih. R. Udah awas.
Kayak gue ya, ngindarin musuh males. Nanti kalau pakai archeron
Six
kan.
nightingales
pakai
facing
itu
in
sebenarnya bisa sih.
different
Pakai apa
directions.
namanya?
An obvious hint.
Pakai apa itu namanya itu? Sparkle, cuman ya malas aja gitu. Kita taruh ini apa nih? Cat Swindle.
But are these nightingales?
They are.
How can nightingales be so huge? They look more like torment eagles.
There are no eagles in the 5 families, only nightingales. Why?
Jadi yang ini kita kudu. Oh udah ada nih. Tadi kita bikin harus menghadap ke sana, menghadap admin. Oke, sudah beres. Nah, sebelah sini depan kanan, depan kanan. Salah. F.
Bentar. Aku lagi kena cutscene. Kenapa ada apa?
Kanan berarti. Nah, udah sih harusnya. Karena waktu itu nganuin punyanya si Ian, dia kok sedikit ingat.
A truly miraculous discovery. Perhaps I should offer you the chance to join the Genius Society.
Yang mana?
Tadi tuh lu pencet R sebenarnya.
Iya udah, maksudnya aku nggak begitu apa ya, gagap gitu loh, karena udah ada. Sebelumnya udah pernah nyelesain puzzle ini di akunnya Ian.
Astaga.
Secara langsung aku nggak spoiler. Tapi ya gak apa-apa.
I was being sarcastic.
Tapi bagiku kalau spoiler gitu tuh, kalau tanpa konteks yang jelas tuh merasa bingung.
Oh, impressive. So much for Mr. Sunday's reserved, virtuous image.
Do you need me to remind you? We're in a dreamscape. No matter.
Yeah, you're right. The only way to destroy the family is death. Sunday must have thought the same.
Kita harus turun. Berarti dengan kata lain, kita harus turun. Mari kita coba buat puzzle ini. Jalan Jade. Jadi di sini ada something tuh kan.
A reward with no risk? I'll take it.
Loh. 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 Oke, never mind. Sedang dikagetkan sesuatu. Sorry.
Hold on.
Huh?
What? No, but this...
My friend? Did you...
It's a trial. You got to prove your worth to Sunday before you can speak with him. If I'm not wrong, we need to find a way to open this door in the hall or this place.
Oh.
Get serious. I've no time for games. Let's head back.
Wow. That's an enormous sandpit. I'd love to build a tall building for myself. Oh, look. There's a noticeable gap in the model.
There wasn't a gap before. That man must have done it intentionally.
Well, with your brilliant mind, you shouldn't have any trouble recalling what was here last time. Right?
Of course. Let's look around. When I see it, I will know it.
Feeling fine. Fine. Why do I feel that we're pursuing a degree in burglary now?
No way, this is not.
Found it. This is
Oh my
it.
god.
Oh man. Jadi kita Oke, jadi kita harus ke sini, berarti kita harus pilih jalan dari sini. Mutari ke sebelah situ.
Main-main. Welcome to my... Oh, ya nggak dapat Robin.
Oh.
Belum dapat maksudnya guys. Pengen Robin.
Itu kita terus ada. Tar.
Aduh, lagunya Robin.
Watch this.
Oh, lagunya dari situ. tahu mulu lagunya Robin, so aduh nggak bisa loh.
Bagaimana caranya untuk ke situ?
Udah ditunjukin itu harusnya Dan.
Hah?
Luffy. Lihat jalannya tuh.
Ini kah yang ada kayak pinpoint gini kah?
Iya. Tuh dari situ, iya benar dari situ.
Oh, oke. Sekarang ada tunjuk nih.
Tuh ke sana tuh, jalan sana.
Itu dong, ayolah.
Lihat tandanya, cowok. Ini agak tricky.
Watch this.
Salah.
Satu lagi. Naik dan tinggal maju.
And the nameplate reads Gulliver's Arch.
If I were you, I would shut my mouth.
Oh, this reminds me of one of those building toys. Oh, look. The gap is closed. Oh, good heavens.
Indeed.
Oh, Doctor, you're... oh, actually, I think we could make this work for us. Oh, fine. I was just... Let's find a way to open the door.
Bro, ini ngapain dia jalan ke tiang? Tidak wajar, saudara-saudara. Mana? Oh, fuck. Kita kunaon anjing. Pada apa namanya? Tipos anjir yang ini. Ah udahlah, kayak kita percepat ini. Aku bakal coba explore nanti pas ada tipos semua anjing, gila.
Hello! I am an oak soldier. Hello! Welcome to the Golden I am an oak soldier. I will be here to guide you through the tour of the base model. Happy to be of service. Generating guide.
Apa sih?
Found the nearest check-in spot. Please look behind me. Model.
What's up with that? Now the family's toys are trying to frame me?
What?
I didn't do... Oh, capsule machine.
What is it?
So, I was right. These models have interiors that look exactly like the real buildings. The only difference is that no one lives in them. Funny that Sunday puts a miniature that makes him seem like a giant by comparison right where he can see it first thing in the morning. Insecure much?
Watch this.
Oh, one of the fragments flew upstairs. I'll need to use the pinball machine to flick myself up there. But it's tough.
Doc! There's no need to yell. I can hear you. Finally, a moment of peace.
Oh, this guy.
Bener ya, berarti ulasannya katanya agak-agak
Watch this.
bok Tasya atau bisa lihat aing.
That's it. Pleasant moments of solitude are always fleeting.
Oh, you're back. Just place it.
Oh my god, that's really smart.
Thanks, Doc.
Yay, never mind. Solving it again. Kidding.
Oh, Ratio, you should come in here and take a look. The view here is breathtaking. Honestly, you could easily... Hold on. Piece of cake. And the joyous tour of Toy City has come to an end. Makes me feel sad. Penacony isn't all bad, right? I'll use this interesting experience as a talking point at the poker table.
Gak salah gue ngasih thumbnail admin slot.
It's a pity you made it out of the sandpit alive. Sunday is just beyond this door.
What do you mean?
From my limited understanding,
Yeah. Only I believe he's the one.
Tell me about your plan.
I don't have a plan. I'll just play it by ear. There are only two kinds of bargaining chips when dealing.
Looks like sincerity isn't in your diction.
Am I not sincere enough? There's no need to emphasize it. We've got to make good use of death. That man's sister is dead, and I'll help him find the murderer. He can't do it due to his status and position.
On what basis do you believe he's incapable?
Simple. Because that murderer could very well be a traitor hiding inside the family. That was just an excuse, good doctor.
Hey.
There's something wrong with that woman. We need someone. Moreover, I need to know her identity. If I'm lucky. But honestly, the murder case is likely unrelated to her. I believe my standpoint. We'll see. Using Robin's death as a bargaining chip, I'll win back my freedom and power. In the end, I'll ruin this beautiful dream and create the grandest, if the chance of winning is just beyond—
Ah, the charming audacity.
Just 3 chips are enough. All or nothing.
It seems my puzzles are too effortless for you, IPC and—
I appreciate your words. And I see you put a lot of effort into welcoming me, Mr. Sunday. However, this—
Well, this isn't an invitation, but a summoning. Before we speak, I need to test your character. I imagine this knowledgeable doctor friend of yours has been of great help.
Certainly.
Oh my god.
You ought to know this better than I do. He's already faithfully fulfilled his duties.
Yes, the doctor has assured me of your noble character. He considers you, like himself, a virtuous person who can be trusted by the family. I have come to know you very well as a person, Mr. Aventurine. You're diligent, generous, and willing to cooperate. The fact that you succeed— But there's one thing I must ask you. That is, you've used your wisdom at the wrong place to meet the wrong person and put yourself in a situation where you shouldn't be, witnessing a tragedy that shouldn't have happened.
You don't look too well. Am I making you anxious? If not, then it means I'm on your side.
If I wasn't mistaken, you'd just made a serious accusation against the family.
No, you weren't mistaken. For depravity is creeping in around you. There's no need for us to be evasive. Let's talk about your sister. Your sister's talent is unrivaled in the world of show business. As you know, her voice has been out of tune since she returned to Penacony. What's more disheartening, she can't sing anymore. Who could be responsible for this? Many suspect the culprit is among the outsiders, but I know. Now your noble status has become a shackle, preventing you from apprehending the murderer and avenging your sister's death. You're feeling anxious because you're out on a limb. But don't worry. I'm on your side.
I'm immensely honored by your concern for me, Mr. Aventurine. Since you're so selfless and generous, I believe you wouldn't ask for anything in—
Well, naturally, you wouldn't incur any loss from this. I just want to reclaim what is mine. My liberty and the personal items under the family's custody.
The box in which the cornerstone is stored.
That's right.
Cornerstone. I've heard it's a treasured asset of the Strategic Investment Department. A sacred stone that seals the preservation emanator, granting significant power. And every liquidation specialist holds one. For an object so precious, it probably comes at an even higher price than other forms of recompense.
Well, I'm sure you're aware of the high level of risk I'll be undertaking to bring the truth to light.
Mr. Aventurine, when you're out and about, do you always make adjustments to your appearance? Your tie should be on the center line. Your shirt must not protrude from your vest. Your trouser creases should be perfectly straight, and always aligned with the tips of your shoes.
Of course.
But I don't, because it's not appropriate to do so in public. You should make sure everything is presentable and in order before leaving the house. I'm not the kind that takes risks. The cornerstone must be in the custody of—
No room for negotiation.
Please. Don't let me turn you down twice.
Sure. The gift money is good enough. I suppose you wouldn't mind that. After all, a merchant can't function without a bargaining chip.
Oh, Dani lagi bagian itu. Oke, silakan Dan.
You compromised quicker than I thought.
Kalau ngomong kayak gitu kayak seperti akan ada sesuatu yang terjadi.
It's a gambler that needs a bargaining chip, not a merchant.
Silakan nikmati.
I can give you your gift money. But before that, I want you to tell me.
Ya kecewa.
Kenapa sih?
Sepertinya Anda tuh apa ya secara tersirat tuh memberi sinyal bahwa akan terjadi sesuatu setelah
Nothing happened, just look at the scene. Just look at the scene.
lah hoak banget.
Tai.
Kalau Amel udah bersuara tuh agak gimana gitu tuh.
Alah.
The fact that you can decisively forsake the box you asked for? What exactly is stored in it? Oh, triple-faced soul, please sear his tongue and palms with a hot iron, so that he will not be able to fabricate lies and make false vows.
What have you done?
Under the light of the harmony, all wickedness is revealed. I implore them to shed their light, and I'll ask you questions on their behalf. Next, you have 113 seconds to prove your innocence and gain my trust.
And if I refuse to answer?
You can try, and we'll see if the harmony rejects you. Question. Do you own a cornerstone?
Yes.
What a simple answer. You, too, understand that idle chatter leads only to poverty. Did you hand over the cornerstone to the family when you entered Penacony?
Yes.
Does the cornerstone you handed over to the family belong to you?
Yes.
Is your cornerstone in this room right now?
Yes.
Is your memory free from any kind of tampering or deletion, encompassing but not restricted to the techniques of the Garden of Recollection?
Yes.
Are you an Avgin from Sigonia?
Yes. You even know about that?
Do the Avgins have any ability to read, tamper with, or manipulate one's own?
No. Does it matter?
Do you love your family more?
Yes.
All the Avgins were killed in a massacre. Am I right?
No.
Are you your clan's sole survivor?
Perhaps.
Do you hate and wish to destroy this world with your own hands?
YOLO.
I don't know.
Interesting. Now, the final question.
Apakah kamu membunuh?
Can you swear that at this very moment, the Aventurine stone is safe and sound in this box?
Of course.
Looks like we can get an answer. Open it, Mr. Aventurine.
Oh,
It's your last chance to defend your honor.
Cutscene.
Please. Are these what you're looking for? Since you came as promised, learned doctor, does this mean that you are willing to take the side of the family in this farce?
What makes you think you can convince me?
I've heard you haven't enjoyed Mr. Aventurine's company. I also understand that you're an avid learner who sees the pursuit of knowledge above all.
In that case, you ought to realize that a competent scholar knows their position and wouldn't forsake more vital matters for the sake of petty pride.
If you agree to assist the family, I'll share our research findings on the Stellaron. You must be quite aware that, besides the family, no other faction is willing to share such information.
Cut to the chase. What do you need from me?
I need Mr. Aventurine's comprehensive plan.
Haven't you confiscated his cornerstone? You can't expect a featherless bird to take flight.
But I've also heard the 10 elites in the Strategic Investment Department have united, progressing together in the interests of the IPC.
You'll have to speak more clearly than that.
The cornerstone, which Mr. Aventurine surrendered. Was it really his?
You question whether he would entrust you with someone else's cornerstone. The 10 Stonehearts aren't as—
But you know that he's a crazed gambler. The more vocal he is about it, the more cautious I must be.
It's fine.
I never imagined someone would share his way of thinking. Honestly, you should see a shrink. Bring it. The box containing the cornerstone is unique, and only IPC senior staff and related members can access it. But I happen to be among them.
I appreciate it.
Oh, legend. Nyimak aja ya legend, lagi si Dani lagi live stream.
Ah, oke.
Unfortunately, your guess is correct.
The golden stone. Its color and glow are similar to that of Klepoth's body.
This is the very ruse he intends to use to fool you. He won't reveal to you that the 10 Stonehearts chisel their own will into the cornerstones, granting them an unparalleled radiance.
And this golden stone is also known as a topaz, not a venturine. And it belongs to Topaz.
Milik Topaz.
So, do you wish to confront him?
Not at the moment. I'm more interested to know the location of his cornerstone.
The safest place somewhere you'd never think of. Because he never intended to hide it. In fact, that cornerstone has been in your hands from the very beginning.
I see. This bag. Mixing a cornerstone, more precious than life itself, with a bunch of worthless jewels, disguised as a gift of money waiting to be confiscated, is indeed in line with Mr. Aventurine's style.
Then he makes up some trivial excuse, downplaying the matter, and requests the gift money. This is a gamble, one he's all too familiar with, betting on your single misstep, leading to a total loss.
Learned doctor, I am grateful for your help. The family will surely reward a righteous person like you. As for the villain, I hope he retreats in humiliation. It was all thanks to your friend with a keen eye that I could add a blot of utter failure to your storied career. Ratio, you wretch.
Rasio jasar jahanam.
Finally shown your true colors, huh?
Apalagi ditelepon.
Oh, and just to remind you, you currently only have 17 system hours left to live. Treasure your remaining time, and savor the delectable aftertaste of defeat.
Alright, she's a good guy so far. No, it's fine, it's fine. Don't worry about that. Alright, thank you. Halo.
Bentar ya guys, ke toilet dulu banjir.
Gue dapat kredit 5.000. Terima kasih.
Kok bawa apa tuh Mel?
Baru ngerjain quest barunya Penako nih, jadi ya.
Oh,
Mau lihat kan? Mau lihat kan?
Boleh lah. Tapi aku terpikir sesuatu juga sebenarnya ini. Dani kan live stream. Ada voice live stream. Kenapa nggak masuk sana ya? Kayak gak guna anjir voice-nya.
Oh, baru masuk literally.
Yeay, kita pakai anak yang nggak pakai sepatu ya.
Buset.
Ini mabuk apa ini?
Baiklah, saya kembali.
What the fuck?
Wait, what?
What the hell?
Alah, lupa pula kan kita tak boleh lompat.
Gak bisa.
Tak boleh lompat.
Bukan gak boleh lompat, maksudnya gak bisa interaksi sama dia. Kenapa dia digantung? Ya udahlah.
Iya aja lah.
Kamu mau menunjukkan sifat aslimu? Oh.
Kan ada burung di sini. Bah. Oh, tarik lagi.
Pendek kan?
You might as well explain yourself a little more clearly. What I performed on you just now was the Harmony's consecration. You were to show allegiance beneath the illumination of their grace. Yet you acted willfully, uttering nothing but falsehoods, transforming the consecration into a trial. I genuinely see no reason to absolve you from it.
Is this what the Harmony represents? Is it built upon constraint and coercion?
Oh my god, this fucking huge. Right, go.
You misunderstand, Mr. Aventurine. Punishment is meant for the irreverent. I have seen your resilient spirit, and thus I offer you that throughout these 17 system hours, you will be unable to escape the dreamscape or contact any of your companions. You only have 2 paths before you, and it all depends on whether you can complete my test within the time limit.
Lagi minum dia. Minum Soulblade. Oh, Jess. I take it, man. What?
Let's see.
Should you succeed, you will be able to coalesce into the Harmony and be with your family. If you fail, you will suffer the wrath of the eternal Centurion and fall into an abyss of doom.
Sounds like I'm gonna end up the same either way.
I indeed do need a servant to help me uncover the evil hidden in the family from an external perspective. I will purge the evil from the inside and bring the real culprits to justice within 17 system hours. When the time comes, compare your findings with mine. If both our findings align, Or if you can provide me more
Alright.
insights, then
Need to
they
worry.
will truly be able to grant you mercy and honesty.
Shameless hypocrites. You took everything from me and still demand the truth. That isn't fair. Your carnival reeks with the stench of cash. Nothing is achievable without it.
This is meant to be an act of personal virtue, not requiring the family's support. Your bag is over there. Do as you please.
Oh my god, why so
I believe
creepy,
you can
bro?
trade this bag of worthless jewels for everything you need. Off you go, Mr. Aventurine. You are free.
Oh, kita naik lagi.
I will wait here for your good news.
Wait, this is not in Penacony?
This meeting isn't an interrogation or
Or
a
it's
negotiation.
still in Penacony, but
It's an outright
different places.
execution.
Why would I do that, Mr. Aventurine? I'm just wondering what a passerby who stumbled upon a scene of a murder could have found out.
Well,
that's all.
Aduh, kalau kayaknya ke atas tuh.
By the way,
sulit kelihatan.
before you go,
Bagian
I have a personal
belakangnya
question.
What is it now?
Kayak zombie.
You... Do you truly wish to bring about the destruction of this world?
Kakavasha! Where did you go?
Yeah,
Oh,
many
are you injured?
Many victims are.
I got it back, sister. You went to look for them? That's too dangerous. It's just a necklace. It's neither food nor water. We can survive without it. But I can't live without you, little brother. Promise me not to look for those catechins again, okay?
Sister, don't be afraid. The catechins are fools, but I'm smart.
One? What happened
I made a bet with them. The two birds in the desert and me.
Oh.
Who will die first? I won. They suspected me of cheating, but I didn't. I won fair and
Of course. Of course you'd win. You've always been a lucky child. Gaiathra Triclops must be watching over you.
Itu siapa itu?
That's no reason to push your luck by going up against those bloodthirsty, cruel catechins.
Oh, Poki is here too. Oh my god. No.
This is just a necklace. But
I'm sorry, sister. I thought you'd be happy.
It is important. But not as important as you, my dearest brother. Pain and poverty are the trials of Gaiathra Triclops. She has also granted us a chance. You're a child blessed by Gaiathra Triclops and can lead the clan to happiness. So always remember to protect yourself. And listen to me. And
Okay. I will swear to Gaiathra Triclops to protect this wealth. But sister, if Gaiathra Triclops was really watching over us, then why did she not protect Dad when he was swept away by the quicksand? After all, Dad went to the Catechins' land only to prepare for Gaiathra Triclops' offerings. And where was Gaiathra Triclops when Mom was shivering in our arms? Mom was still pleading for Gaiathra Triclops' forgiveness under her breath until the moment she closed her eyes. Sister, everyone praises me for being smart, but I don't get it. If every rainpour was Gaiathra Triclops' forgiveness and grace, then how bad were our sins? So much so that we were...
Excuse me. I can't seem to find any information on this artist in the Iris family archives. The photo you provided also doesn't show any matches.
Oke guys, saya kembali guys. Mari kita lihat dan mencoba untuk mendengarkan ini kenapa masih berisik atau tidak.
Aku pusing tunjuk keliling apa sih?
Honkai Star game baik.
Ya, baik ya tapi membuat pusing tunjuk keliling.
Just as I thought. I'd like to ask, are you referring to the records when you enter the dream pool? The equipment will monitor physiological indicators such as heart rate, blood oxygen levels, and body temperature in real time. This data will be included in statistics and handed over to the family for the screening of any data anomalies. Immediate action will be taken once any illegal behavior is detected.
Tapi bohong, ujung-ujungnya nyakitin orang. Enggak lah.
I apologize. The hotel does not have access. This information is managed by the Bloodhound family. We can only gain access if there's a problem.
Looks like nothing can be found here.
At least we know who to look for next. Thank you for your assistance, Miss Allie.
Fine? What does that mean? Is there something wrong with Miss Robin? The preparations for the Charmony Festival have been proceeding smoothly, so I guess things are pretty good. I believe she will be able.
I'm sure. Sure enough, no one knows about Miss Robin. But that Miss Firefly is truly mysterious. There's no information on her in the hotel system. Even if she's a stowaway, she's also in the running for the legacy. How is she going to sneak into the dreamscape unnoticed?
Is there any other way to enter a dream? Besides the hotel room's dream pool?
Oke, lanjut.
The Memo Keepers have abilities that are difficult for normal people to comprehend. In the memory zone of Penacony, they thrive effortlessly, a fact proven to us by Black Swan. The hacker girl from the Stellaron Hunters used extraordinary means to unlock the Dreamscape Hotel's seal. According to the scene witnessed by him, it is likely that
the Garden of Recollection and the Stellaron Hunters. Both are possible.
Who are you guys?
The Bravo team has arrived at their designated position. Ready to... armed? What do you know? It's more efficient this way.
Help! Help me! I spent all my year-end bonus on the snowball! I don't want my name on the department's major disciplinary notice!
Hey, check it out! That voice.
Okay.
Could it be the IPC workers from Bellabon?
To all guests, the IPC will be conducting special operations within the hotel. Please follow this.
I'll request a beating for you lot! You've been told not to drink during work hours. Take him back to the hotel room. I'll organize a meeting later to properly go over how this incident report should be written.
Miss Topaz? I never thought I'd run into you on Penacony.
Long time no see, Astral Express crew. It's fine. Do as they ask and try to avoid any conflicts with the family. Report to me before taking any action. Yes, all right. As you see, the IPC isn't very popular here on Penacony. Cordiality from the family is a mere facade. The former frontier prison has turned around and only a venturee who carries an invitation is allowed to attend the non-entourage like us. We can only sit around in the reality hotel, unauthorized to even enter dreams.
No wonder Aventurine's scrambling to partner up with someone. The IPC can't back him up in the dreamscape.
His situation isn't optimistic, I hear. You're all helping to investigate some dirt on the family, are you not? Let me know if you need anything outside the dreamscape. The IPC always treats its partners well.
Guru Gensin.
Thank you, Miss Topaz. We're on our way to the Hounds to verify some intel. Perhaps you've had dealings with them?
Yep, they're tailing us right now. Why not go and talk to them? It'll take the spotlight off me. Being constantly stared at is really uncomfortable.
Oh, ini muter doang. Oh, ada ini. Bantu aku, guys.
Gak mau.
Ow.
We're carrying out our captain's orders. What do you want?
We made a mistake last time, and we're working hard to rectify it now. We don't have time for anything else. Surveilling the IPC executive Topaz, ensuring that she stays put at the Reverie Hotel during her time on Penacony.
So that's it. They were the pair who were after fire.
Gimana ini, Cok?
It's you again. Back for more trouble? We're not afraid.
Well, spit it out. Stop bothering us if you've nothing important.
So you know each other. Why do you keep running into people?
Wait, what?
Coba gerak, ya, coba jantung. Testing.
Oh, sheesh, why do you keep asking me that? We're in the middle of investigating a murder case for the...
Hey! The security officer instructed everyone to shut their trap. What murder? You'd better stop spouting nonsense.
Yeah, that's right. We have nothing to report. Please leave.
Looks like they're not going to cooperate. But they did at least tell us that the captain is at Dream's Edge.
Why don't we just look for the security officer then? It's probably...
There is nothing, just this one. What's this?
How does it feel to be in business with that? Just his style. But Aventurine's luck
Lihat
has...
dua orang ini ngapain, coba. Jatuh.
Of course. As for the two cases...
TV.
Hey, kakek.
Di sini ada, wah gila, guys.
Such tight security. I bet they're stumped by the case as well.
Huh? Huh?
Apologies. The Bloodhound family is running an investigation up ahead. Hold on a minute. I think I've seen you.
How much trouble have you stirred up exactly on...
Oh ya, bisa ke sini. No. Burung.
Not possible. It was you the last time yelling about some clockwork friendship while beating me up with that stuff. I'm not letting you get by this time. Please leave.
Hold on, sir. We have documents authorized by the family that would aid your investigation.
Who exactly is this Gallagher you keep talking about? There's been a few people mentioned.
He didn't send you all here?
It was the security officer who dispatched us. That.
He'll do. He's the one we've been looking for.
Sorry, no can do. The boss said that since it's a matter, everyone, please leave.
We're really sorry for troubling you.
Another way. That's it. Didn't they? Can you perform it again? Please.
Thank you. For Nona Robby.
Sorry, everyone, please.
Oda.
Oh.
Jesse.
Let me see. Whoa, time to clock out. And no.
Oh, look at what?
Ini roti apa?
Donat dengan ayam. Adalah yang nggak tahu lagi gue apa ini.
At least he won't be getting in our way again.
Minuman, iya.
Let's go find that Gallagher and ask him the intricacies of the case.
Nabrak mulu.
I was wondering what all the commotion was. Huh. Oh, it's you guys. Welcome. Since you made it here, what can I do for you?
Hello, Mr. Gallagher, sir. Judging from your tone...
Miss Himiko, you're too polite.
Mr. Gallagher, you even know my name.
Of course I do. You folks are from the legendary Astral Express, and honorable guests of the Watchmaker. I had an encounter with this gentleman in the golden hour. I remember that little silver-haired girl was there too. I'm sorry for what happened to that kid.
This is also the reason why we've come to visit you, Mr. Gallagher. The Express can't just overlook the death of that child. So we've decided to help the family get to the bottom of it.
The Nameless involved with the family. What an unpredictable twist of fate.
Why?
It's nothing. On Penacony, everyone loves the family. No matter how much one resists the beautiful dream, when the time comes, they too will find it hard to let go. Who wants to leave a warm nest?
Mr. Gallagher seems to be...
You got it wrong. I'm not. You want to discuss the case? Sure. Come with me. This is not a good place to talk. Let's go.
Lain, ada apa di sisi lain, guys?
Even after that chilling tragedy, this dream is still running effortlessly. Other than the family of the Harmony, it's hard to imagine any other power in the universe that could sustain a building.
The family itself is a huge, perfect building. Like a living idol. Each member of the family sees themselves as a piece of the divine puzzle, revolving around a singular core and a shared ideal. Under their command, they loyally fulfill their roles, offering themselves while...
Interesting analogy. Perhaps that's why Penacony's beautiful dream has persisted for so long.
But the human body has its limits, and so does the divine's.
That doesn't sound like the kind of comment a Galaxy Ranger would make.
Just pointing out the facts. Mr. Yang will definitely have a better sense of what's going on than I do.
Why do you say that, Miss Acheron?
The beautiful dream is crumbling. But not because of a particular eon, a particular faction, or a particular visitor. Its collapse stems from a certain inevitability of human nature. The family refuses to acknowledge this, and it has ultimately backfired and become a catalyst as people immerse their souls in the dreamscape, where consequences and pain cease to exist, and only ease and pleasure prevail. They draw closer and closer to necrosis, regardless of the perceived bliss. Also, this necrosis will diffuse and spread. One piece of the puzzle's mutation will eventually...
In the end, the dreams that people built in the name of freedom became the cage that imprisoned them. I'm sure you've gained a lot from this trip, Miss Acheron.
Of course. Don't mind me. It's just a habit. Owing to events in the past, I've become easily forgetful. It's only when this sword is unsheathed that those hazy memories start to become clearer.
Take your time.
That should do it. I vividly remember everything.
The moment of daybreak. I've heard that's where...
Behind the dreamscape's song and dance stand many imagination factors. They say it will suffice. There I encountered a young woman who had just come of age. For certain reasons, her wish was...
Gilded Hour. It's said to be...
Yes. Everyone there is. I've never met anyone who was willing. I don't know if they would open the vault. This is what I've seen and heard along the way. Someone once said to me, Penacony wasn't like this a long time ago. I've traveled through the reality and dreamscape of the planet of festivities. Watched the tides of night rise and fall when time stopped for people. Were the spirits of the rich and impoverished. This is why I think the collapse of the beautiful...
There might be a way to change everything.
Perhaps. But if this is indeed the world that people desire, if
Game
this
Hoya
is
Duk Indo
precisely
kapan?
why life
Kapan-kapan?
chooses to slumber, should we still seek to change it?
Nanti pengisi suara wild orang Madura, Cuk.
Miss Acheron, there was a man from my homeland who, at a time when the world was he wove together the dreams of everyone in the world, linking people's dreamscapes, and shouldered this burden himself.
Marsevan orang
From
Jaksel.
this,
Oh.
he created a giant, a spiritual atom. And since that moment, the giant stood between heaven and earth, becoming the pillar of the world's existence. As a price, those who found it hard to move forward, who could not
Terus si
advance,
Trailblazer yang ngisi tuh yang
forever
ngedap
lost their
Mr. Beast.
future. They slumbered in a dream, devoid of disaster and pain, living out their days peacefully in the man's created utopia. And it is because of the wishes of those people who wished not to awaken that this spiritual atom became unbreakable.
And yet, you stand here right now, which also means that man failed.
Because people must always move towards the future, even if human weaknesses make them pause when they truly cannot move forward. And that man, he was the sun chaser of legend, soaring towards the sky. He ascended to heights uncharted, only to come face to face with the sun, a place not visited by anyone before. His wings would melt because of it, only for him to fall into the sea. And after that, countless others would surpass him, soaring.
A fitting metaphor for the Nameless's... Thank you, Mr. Yang. I know what you wish to confirm. The universe has innumerable similar, yet different, worlds. In these worlds, there are innumerable people who look alike, yet don't. I, too, have embarked on journeys, encountering old friends with familiar faces on different worlds. Even if not completely similar. The story you just told. I ended that man's life. Alone. I am not who you think I am. Nor will my home be as fortunate as your world.
I am sorry.
It's fine. I don't mind, so long as I can alleviate your suspicions.
There's something I still wish to know, Miss Acheron. Under that representation of the hunt, exactly...
Mr. Yang, before answering that question, I wish to continue the previous topic. I like your analogy very much. Indeed, birds are born to fly. But in a distant past, their ancestors could only gaze at the sky in envy. They saw that faraway ray of light from above the heavens, piercing through the clouds and blanketing the earth. And so, time and time again, generation after generation, the birds spread their wings and took to the sky, attempting to touch. Then, what if the last bird finally soars into the sky, only to realize that the end of the light is not the sun, but darkness? Then why, exactly, do we even walk towards the light?
Long time no see. Having fun on Penacony? Acheron?
This voice, it's not Constance. Could it be her companion?
Though I don't know exactly what you are, or what you're up to, my bullets will find you. Until then, you best find a casket store on Penacony and ask the owner to reserve a good quality casket for you, imposter.
Imposter? I see. She gave my whereabouts to someone who's tracking Acheron too. Who are you?
Huh? Did I make a mistake? Who the fudge are you?
I'm the Garden of Recollection's memo keeper.
Not bad. This is the kind of tough challenge I like. You that imposter's bodyguard? Never mind.
I don't know what you're talking about, but you know Acheron, the Galaxy Ranger, yes? I have something to ask you.
Are you asking me to write your will? Sure. Go ahead.
Not quite. I only want to ask, how exactly did she become a Galaxy Ranger? She's clearly not a path strider of the hunt, but you are, aren't you? Tell me, what's Acheron's deal?
Sure. Never thought I'd come across an ally. Fudge, what a stroke of luck. Well, I'll be on Penacony soon. Memo keeper, go buy a bottle of his Donna's White Oak and warm it up, and I'll raise a glass to you. That lady's passed. Well, nobody knows. But if all you want is a simple answer, sure, you best get a chair and take a seat. That woman, named Acheron, is an emanator who should not exist.
You look pale. Or is that also part of your act?
I didn't think you'd have the nerve to show yourself.
I thought this was exactly what you wanted. After all, I faithfully fulfilled my duties as you instructed. Just tell me if you can't hold on any longer.
So, the genius of the Council of Mundanites wants to be my Undertaker now. My, what an honor.
Yes, and I'm pretty sure the people at the Strategic Investment Department would love to be notified of your death in due time. But let's not forget, you won't be seeing them, because I'm the manager of this task.
Great. Then tell your people that Aventurine is ready to go in 17 system hours.
Oh, you've got a lot of nerve. How exactly do you plan on completing your task while your hands are tied by the Harmony?
My conversation with Sunday convinced me that there's a traitor in the family, and that they hold the secrets of Penacony. So, I took the opportunity to set everything in motion. I even managed to recover the gift money. Things haven't gone this smoothly since I walked through the doors of the Reverie. Now I'm only one step away from victory. Let's just wait and see.
Sounds like a very elaborate way of saying that you...
That's all I can say. Have you forgotten, Doctor? You go. Do what you must. I look forward to the sight of the IPC fleet surrounding Penacony.
That's true, but what's your plan? Did you conceal an orbital support beacon in that gift money bag?
Well, who knows? Maybe that's why I'm handing out cash even when I'm about to bite the dust.
You are indeed a gambler. An insane one at that.
Maybe I am.
Fine. Here, take this. Open it when you're on your last legs. You'll thank me.
What's this? Medical advice?
Hilang langsung.
You catch on pretty fast, Doctor. Asking me to solve a case without giving a single clue. How typical of you, you wing-headed scoundrel. But the way you're all on edge about that stowaway, it's just as I guessed it would be.
Oh. You wait. I get it now. You youngsters are...
Oh, a great show will start.
Ah, death? Nah, the effects won't.
Is that...
Yeah, what else can you...
What a a monster covered in... I can feel something inside my head.
Would you be willing to support my performance? Wow, how that...
Well...
That's...
Sure thing.
Death?
Oh, you see...
Well, if you're up for some gossip, it's not about... It was like they were in some sort of coma. Nobody knows what caused it, but luck...
Thank you. Unexplained coma. The disturbing voice in my head.
Take care, my friend. If you ever find yourself in danger... You don't look good, my friend.
If
That won't be necessary. I have...
all right then.
Well...
Stowaways.
All right. What was I even... Does everyone have to go through so much torment before joining the family?
A sip of liquor. A blissful... Oh? Oh. You? Or are you just pitying me? Well, it really doesn't matter.
You really shouldn't drink so much Soul Glad, my friend.
Oh?
The devil of...
They say it loves to appear to drunk people.
Yeah.
Not enough credits left? Where do I recharge?
You want to talk to me? Huh. Wealthy people have fancy ways to enjoy... So, are you trying to be the...
I'm...
Another cure...
How did your boss talk you out of it?
Well, she simply said, covering base... I thought about it.
Guess she's got a point.
Were you wanting... Is this a gift?
Yes, it's for...
Is this for real? Someone is actually giving me a...
No, it's not much. I just want to ask you...
I knew it.
Neither. I just wanted to know...
Oh, you sound just like my father. He's an Intellitron, so his...
Hey. The Devil of Soul Glad, Dangers in the Dream, and Nightmare Ghosts. Well, surely...
Remember what I said. You Sigonians are better off hiding in the sewers. Look at you, snooping around and sticking your nose everywhere. Is the smell of death so enticing, my fine fellow?
Oh, it's you, masked fool. I should have guessed it. You're the imposter who appeared on TV after Robin's death, right?
I heard you got caught by the family. I gave you a clear clue. Befriend a mute. Simple and straightforward, you know? And what did you do? You messed it up and ended up as their prisoner. I told you to make friends with a mute, not become one yourself. You really let me down.
What do you mean?
You know better than I do. Who watched the little songbird that couldn't sing perish right before their eyes? You did, Blondie.
No, I mean... What did you mean by becoming one myself?
Well, it means you'll soon end up like her, unable to speak ever again. But it's a good thing if you ask me, because...
Because I'm getting closer to the truth, right?
Oh?
Why else do you think I'm handing out cheap trinkets all over the streets, fool? All part of the act. Fool's bait. The more pathetic I seem, the more likely you'll come sniffing around.
Why should I help you?
Don't you want to see Penacony descend into... chaos? Well, I can make that happen. I just need an answer to one question. Back then, when you asked me to find a mute, did you really mean Robin?
And what if I say no?
Then I'll thank you. Oh, the word no has never sounded so pleasing.
Well done. I admit I underestimated you, but what difference would it make? Let me tell you something. There were 2 mutes, but one is dead now, and the other, though he's still in Penacony, I'm afraid you'll never find him again.
Now I'm completely sure that I was on the right track from the beginning and never strayed, fool. Right now, there are only 2 things missing from my grasp. The meaning behind the truth, and the means to expose it.
How impressive. That's quite a fancy way of saying I haven't learned anything so far.
Not exactly. I've gathered enough clues to prove its existence, and that's enough for me. As for the answers to my questions, I'll find them within 16.
Oh, really? Only 16 system hours? Well, let me lend you a... Here you go. This is my precious, mutually assured distraction button, and I have one just like it. When either of us presses it, the other and the whole of Penacony will go up and... If you're really so desperate for the IPC to take over Penacony, blowing up the chessboard isn't a bad idea. Start from scratch. That's where the IPC excels, right? Just press the button when you're at your wit's end. And of course, feel free to reach out to me for my hospice care, too.
Oh, a deadly button, huh? Well, I guess the family didn't take your threat seriously at all, otherwise.
I have my own ways. That's all you need.
Well, I'm afraid I'll have to decline your offer. Who knows if your little gadget will actually work. By the way, I have no plans to search for the other mute friend you speak of, but I'll handle the rest myself. I'll orchestrate a grand finale for the downfall of the family. And at the climax, the walls will crumble, people will wake up, and those who couldn't speak will find their voices again. When that time comes, go ahead, press the button, light up the sky with a magnificent fireworks display for me.
You're still talking big, but sure, if that happens, I'll stay true to my... Just don't let me down now, okay?
So, number 35. You're back.
Can a commodity code really be considered a luck?
Silence! I didn't give you permission to speak, you Sigonian. The guys in black didn't say much, so I've no idea what you... But I figured you must have had good luck. Your first task is simple. In addition to you, I've purchased 30... go and play a game with them. You came out a lot...
You're insane.
Testing out if you're a good...
Aren't you worried that the money you spent on me will go...
I've got stacks on stacks, Blondie. The slave market is never short of But you look good. And that's why many customers are betting their fortunes on a...
How much did you spend?
What?
My price. How much did you pay?
Huh. You really want to know? Well, it was 60 tanba.
I'll take my chances. 30 tanba. If I come back alive, you'll give me 30 tanba.
Are you trying to... Yeah, sorry, but that won't do. Don't forget your plate. You're just a chip. A life thrown away in someone else's hands. It's all or nothing.
What brings you here, Gallagher?
some friends.
Oh, I have the whole day to spare. This bar offers a wide variety of drinks, but we draw the line at Soul Glad. What would you like to drink? I'll whip it up for you.
Oh, look! A lady as cool as Serval!
Who's Serval? Will you...
Oops!
Just spare them, my esteemed bartender. I'll take over the bar today. I'm getting up there in age, and I need some practice before I forget the skills that used to...
They're all under the counter. Since our guests have traveled from afar...
That's exactly what I had in mind. Hey, my friends, do me a favor. Go around the bar, and the discussion might take quite some...
In the bar?
Why, we're in a dream, my lovely lady. You can help yourself to anything if you wish for it.
Oh, did you hear that? She just called me.
Even in reality, mixing drinks is more than just throwing ingredients.
Only then.
In other words, what you get from your drink.
It's so glad. Let's give it a shake. Uh-huh. Why don't they...
It's all about the bartender's pride. It wouldn't make sense for custom...
Check out this bottle. The lip half an amber air. Ugh, drinking this stuff can't be Ugh, the syrup is...
Did you find the bottle of syrup I've been hoarding?
Ugh, that... Hey!
A few days ago, an actor from the Iris family.
That being...
You'll have to ask her yourself.
That's quite a stash. Not sure if it's enough.
Haven't I made myself clear enough, Miss Amiki? The dream...
But you have the talent. You'll attract a huge audience. You come with me. We'll become the talk.
As you see, I'm entertaining my guests.
Fine. If you don't come along, I'll just sit here.
What's her deal? We can't discuss the case with other...
Hey, can you do that clockwork trick of your... Time is running out.
Yeah,
You're one of Siobhan's guests, right? I just don't get... I've seen it. The crowd is I've seen.
She's still not leaving.
I just don't get... Those darn... I just don't get... I'm too timid. You don't know. I know. Well, maybe here's the payment for the drink.
Amiki is love? That's good for her. When you're ready, go to Gallagher. I can tell he...
That being said, mixing it so, go ahead. Nice work. You found some interesting ingredients. Each drink has its own unique flavor. The original formula said, now that you've chosen the base, it's time. The taste is not very after those despicable.
Mikhail.
Almost there. The IPCs, well, it's done. Here's to you, Trailblazer, to the sad truth.
The richness and layers of these. I'm not entirely.
Well, if you're expecting a profound answer, the imagery it implies is pretty straightforward.
Does this true taste have.
Yeah, that.
I was right about you. Let's dig deeper into the case. And of course... All right, let's start with what we know based on the clues the family has. She managed to fool me at first. My age must be But here's the thing. We only received bad news. She simply vanished, leaving no trace in the dreamscape or reality.
Huh?
That's impossible. The problem now is not that she's dead. Let me be frank. This case, actually...
dealt with before, so... death does happen in Penacony.
You've witnessed it, so there's no need to hide. Even the shiniest city has its dark side. We're all adults here. Confronting the family based on that'll... if you really want to delve deeper in...
I guess it's time...
You're very perceptive. The Astral Express has received that music box.
There's a message.
Hey, why are you laughing? Wait.
No.
That's just our speculation. Actually, it's hard to believe that the
Now I can assure you that your speculation... The family is considered the watchmaker and enemy. Let me ask you a question.
So, you want to seize...
Well, now you understand why the Oak family authorized the Nameless, because the watchmaker is not the legend of the land of the dreams at all. He's the most shameful stain in the history of Penacony. And he's the... You don't get it? Mikhail, the betrayer of the family, he's the watchmaker. Here we are, Clock Studios theme park.
Wait, aren't we supposed to be discussing the...
The culture of a city reflects its history in the most authentic way. You know that Penacony used to be the IPC's prison planet, right? All the prisoners were brought here. The prolonged exposure to high concentrations of them, but everything has a price. And so he is Hanu, the great leader of Dreamville, the great peacemaker. History is always written by the wind. These characters not only exist in Dreamville.
There are so many members of the Bloodhound family around here.
They just received a lockdown order, supposedly from Sunday himself. Who knows what it's for?
Ada 2 jam lagi. Cuman untuk saat ini kita sudahin dulu sampai saat ini. Jadi kesimpulannya adalah kita untuk sekarang kita masih belum tahu siapa dalang dari apa namanya pencoblosan siapa namanya itu Robin. Jadi intinya kita masih dilempar-lempar ke POV-nya si Trailblazer ke Adventurer dan sebaliknya seperti itu. Dan karena menurut info yang ku cari di YouTube itu masih perlu sekitaran 2-3 jam lagi. Jadi karena ini udah jam 5, lebih tepat jam setengah 6, itu juga bertepatan dengan maghrib. Jadi kita sudahkan dulu streaming kita sampai saat ini. Sampai jumpa di streaming selanjutnya. Ya itu aja. Jadi bye-bye. Mungkin kita bakal streaming di lusa atau besok, kok nggak tahu deh. Kan ya itu di untuk Starel ya. Soalnya aku agak sedikit mut-mutan kalau di Starel tuh. Jadi ya udah itu saja. Terima kasih, sampai jumpa di video atau streaming. Bye.